Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we talk about why Jason Brauner should be in the Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Fame. My name is Miss Beka Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, as well as our special guests, Bo Cumberland, Jim Goeken, and Wes Harden.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey-oh. So, yes, we're going to be talking about Brauner today, why he needs to go in the Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Fame. All of us know Brauner pretty well, so we followed his career. We all know him personally, and we like to hang out at his places. He's got Bourbon's Bistro, and he's got, of course, Buzzard's Roost. And, we're going to talk about why he belongs in the hall, and hopefully that happens this year. We'll see what happens. Sometime around June, I believe they announced that, so we'll see. Before we get to that, though, Bo said he's got something he wanted to talk about, something that's been bothering him. He wanted to talk about on the show. Let's see what we got, Bo. What do you want to talk about?
Well, it's not really been bothering me, but
it's been pining at you.
The other night, I had this weird dream.
Okay.
And in my dream, there was a goat beside me that could talk, and so everywhere I went, this goat was there to like narrate and tell me whatever.
Okay.
So my question for you all is if you could have an animal sidekick that could talk to you and help you go through life, what animal would it be and why?
Grizzly bear.
A grizzly bear.
Oh yeah.
He'd be traveling with you, man. Okay.
Yeah.
That's like actually
tough
the
to get him in
worst fucking
places.
idea I've ever heard.
Right. Yeah, me too. I mean, that's terrible.
Huh?
That's
terrible.
That's a terrible idea.
Who's gonna give me shit if I got a grizzly bear?
Well, you're not going to be allowed to go in anywhere. You're
Everyone,
gonna be able to go.
they'll just fucking kill your animal.
Right.
They're gonna shoot it in the head.
So you think you think Bo's taking his goat into the liquor store?
A goat is a little bit more fucking accepted than a goddamn grizzly bear, Jim.
Yeah.
I don't think
I
so.
like that he just said, you think that a goat will be accepted. There is goat yoga, Jim.
Right.
There's not. Is there grizzly
yoga? Is there grizzly yoga? I'm not
Is
sure.
there grizzly bear yoga, Steve?
If they want to, they can.
No, they can't.
Nobody tells a grizzly bear no.
Plenty of people do by shooting them in the fucking head.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, bad choice. It's okay. That's your choice. You just don't go anywhere. We all get our own decisions.
It feels like the right answer has to be some sort of bird. Again, that you have a deal that doesn't shit on you because it can talk. So I'm sure there's some reasoning there. Because that's an easy way to transport it around. It just sits on your shoulder. It's not going to be intrusive. You can go about your life. You don't have a grizzly bear.
You could drive around with it.
You could drive.
Not have a fucking grizzly bear in the passenger
seat. Right. Yeah, I think clearly some sort of bird is the answer here. Though there's one other option, I think.
A mouse?
A house cat, I think, would be the other one. The one of those two, I think, is the right answer.
What a mouse, though, Steve?
A mouse? I don't like mice, so I I don't like mice, so I feel like my talking mouse friend would get pissed because if I see a mouse, I want it dead. I hate those things, and I feel justified. Most people be like, "No, you're mean, and they're cute and all that, or they're in your house, and no big deal, just get them." No bullshit. Look at the Hackman's wife. What'd she die from? Fucking mice. Yeah,
weird.
fucking mice infestation. Yeah, they get in there, they piss
what
on
is that
shit,
called?
they shit
What's
on it,
the-
they just hantavirus or something like that. Or,
Hantavirus?
I think that was it. I don't know, but yeah. One time I bought a house and it had mouse infestation. I had to, get all that out of there, shore up the place. They just let these things run free in the basement. They only got in the basement. They didn't get upstairs, so they just let them run free down there. And I remember, they had like a nest down there. These mice. It was up. It wasn't on the floor. It was up above on this thing. And I find this, and it's like, shovelfuls of shit I got to take out there. I probably got the hantavirus, and then I'm lucky I survived. I was young. I was virile. But I was just scooping that shit. I was virile. I was like, look at me, scooping mouse shit. Look at me. I'm fine. Yeah, I didn't know about what was happening. What was the havoc I was wreaking upon my own lungs. I had no idea. So, yeah. I hate mice. I hate them.
I can't wait to hear Wes's opinion on this.
Yeah, Wes just hates everything. So at least I'm targeted in what I hate. Wes just hates everything. Go ahead, Wes. What would be your animal? You got to have an animal.
Dog.
Of course, he likes dogs.
Love
Especially
dogs.
Yeah,
Dog is the only. Dog is the only.
You know what? A dog can come with you on a plane, unlike
exactly
a
right.
fucking bear.
I tell you what, a dog can go anywhere. I'm in a restaurant and there's one guy with his dog in there. Here comes another one. No one cares anymore. For some reason, dogs now just have equal access humans have. If a human can go in there, a
into
dog
a Neely
can go in.
family distillery, but I don't think we let grizzly bears in.
Right, exactly.
Well,
Dogs
you'll allow
are
mine.
the salt of the earth.
We'll allow gyms.
Dogs go everywhere. So yeah.
Yep, they should.
I don't like it. I don't want their dog coming up and licking me and shit. I'm not a dog guy, but they've taken over the world. So you just gotta. You can either be an angry old man and never go out because you don't want to deal with the dogs, or you just have to live in their world, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm living in this dog world. I mean, I'm not happy about it, but what are you gonna do? You got to live your life. So yeah, all right. Yep. Dog's a good answer. I mean, like I said, they're pretty well go anywhere. So Beka, what about you?
I'm picking a cat.
Cat's good. That's
I'm
good.
going cat all the way. It would be cat or bird.
Yeah, that's
But
what I said.
bird, I wouldn't go like a traditional like bird, like a regular bird that you just like have as a pet.
Yeah.
Like I would do like like something cooler than.
Like a falcon.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't want like a scary. I'd want like a little bird. Like I want like a sparrow or something like that.
Yeah.
Like something that's like cool and small and like
Just a shoulder bird, a crow.
yeah, just a little tiny bird. I would like
Get a crow.
actually crow. Ooh, I do like my crows. I feed my crows every day.
Yeah. Well,
Have your crows ever participated in the whole thing where they like gang up on a crow that did something wrong and pet
of course. Yeah.
Have you ever seen your crows
My
do that?
crows have never done that I've noticed.
Oh, of course. Not Becca's crows, yeah.
Not my crows. My crows are civil crows.
Yeah.
Are they old?
I have never asked.
Yeah.
They can talk. I mean, why aren't you
I've
asking?
never asked how old they are. I just
Do they bring you gifts?
I'm not sure. I've never actually gone out there to see, but I feed them like out the window all the time, and they like sit up in the
Sure.
and like
Give
the
you
weirdest
gifts.
spot
They need
on
to
the
give you
tree
gifts.
too.
Yeah.
Like the tree they sit on is like there's like two small trees next to the window that I feed them out of, and they sit on like the highest branch that literally it's barely a branch. Like it just like wobbles, and so the fact they even like sit on it, I'm like that's like the worst branch to sit on, but maybe it's more fun, I guess.
If you ever get like any kind of security camera footage of your crows holding crow cord, send it to me. I want to see it.
Yeah. That'd
Oh,
be
they're
good.
like hanging out and like
Picking
chatting.
on one, yeah.
No. So there's this whole like hierarchy and discipline system within crows where like if one crow steals food from like a younger crow or female that's has crow babies or whatever, the dominant males in the group will like publicly like beat the shit out of this crow
I'm sure that
to teach him a lesson, but they don't kill him. They just like You
Right.
basically beat the dog shit.
We
It's kind of like
have
prison justice.
Yeah, we have a full murder of crows that hangs out.
Oh, that's nice. Beka, I've got a question for you, and this is a follow-up on Wes. We'll ask Wes not to interject here, but how long till Wes snaps the neck of that dog that he got that's talking? Because dogs are, first of all, they're the dumbest animal on earth. You got to deal with that shit. Hey, when are we going to eat? Let's. Could you pull over? Let's just run in that sandwich up there and get somebody to eat. Hey, why don't we get something to eat, boss? Hey, boss, come on, man. Let's go get something to eat. I love you. Let's get something to eat. I'm hungry. Shall we eat? Whereas a cat seems like would be giving you advice and helping you out. The dog would be like, you would, if dogs could ever learn to talk, they will no longer be a popular pet.
So fucking annoying.
Oh, they'd be so annoying. Yeah.
I do feel like a cat, maybe not the only thing they would say, but the main thing they would say is fuck off.
Oh yeah. They don't need your love. Now they get lonely at some point, but you can smoke them out.
If Dean was talking to me, he'd be like, "Oh, hey, good morning."
Fuck off.
I puked on the bed.
Yeah.
Are you? Did you see my food is kind of empty? Like there's still a couple, but
Yeah.
I would prefer it if it was full.
Yeah. Exactly.
Can you turn the water on?
Yeah.
And that'd be it.
Yeah.
That's the extent.
He'd be
of
off the
my-
dogs really quickly once he got.
And he'd be like,
yeah. "Oh yeah."
"Can you tell Royce to stop touching me?" Don't want to sit with him.
Yeah.
That'd be like the extent. But yeah, the dog would just be like, "Did you see there's a fucking murder of crows outside? Holy shit! I gotta chase him." Are you gonna chase him with me though? Like, are you gonna chase him with me like right now? Because I would like love to go outside and go chase all those crows.
I can't believe you're home. I thought you were gone forever. I thought you were dead. I was calling you. I'm so worried.
Did you?
Yeah.
I just
You were gone. I was gone for 20 minutes. I thought you were gone forever. I thought you were
I
dead.
puked up my food in my mouth, but I ate it again. Is that okay? Can I get more food, actually? Although I just puked it up and I ate it again, then I puked it up and I ate it again. Can I have more food to puke up and eat? Also, I ate the cat's poop. Is that okay? The cat poop was really, really good.
I love the meme that's the room that's completely torn to shreds and the dog sits there. He's like, there was a mouse. It's okay now.
That's what it
Or a
was.
spider. I got him.
It also depends on the dog, but
Oh yeah.
boy, oh boy, yep. I would not, if I had a dog that talked, I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully they can't talk to the veterinarian when we put that fucker down. Just kidding. Just kidding. Not gonna put the animal down.
I saw a dog. I've never seen a dog this big before. I was at the Hill, which is the Italian section of town, and all these great shops and restaurants and stuff. And a guy was walking a Great Dane, and he looked like a tall guy. That dog was his legs went up taller than the guy's legs. So the dog's legs kept going past where the guy's belt was on his jean. That dog, that was a fucking horse. I've never seen a Great Dane that big, and Great Danes are big. This is the biggest dog I've ever seen. That thing was
Steve,
huge.
also, we need to be careful, although we've already gone too far. Let me just clarify this. You and I have gone too far.
Okay.
The amount of hate, Wes is fuming over here. If he
Right.
could have steam coming out of his ears.
Well, people love their dogs. So I get
Dog
it.
people are like,
And they're sensitive.
no, dog people are Swifties. That's the equivalent of what
Right.
dog people are. They can't help themselves. I get it. They love their dogs, but they can't help it. They just like, dog people are dog people, and they like will attack anyone that says that they're not dog people.
Right. Yeah.
So we are,
And
we are going to get
Sure, I get it.
hate.
Because I see how they they rip on it. It's commonplace. I don't know why you can't even like both or be like I'm a dog person, but
Impossible.
I'm not a cat person, but I'm fine with them. If you're a dog person, you got to say I wish I could kill all cats slowly and painfully. I'm not sure why that is. I don't know. I don't want any harm to happen to dogs. I just don't want to be around them, and I don't want them coming into my places. When I'm at a restaurant, I don't want them to be in a store where I'm at. Like my cat, I'm not. We had a cat. I don't have any pets.
I told you, Steve, to shut up.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to say. I'm trying to reel you in to keep you from these hate comments,
Wow.
and you're still
I get
going.
It. I get it.
Dude,
I see them.
stop.
I know how they are. So
For the love of God, I'm trying to save you.
yeah. It's popular. You could be a cat.
You've actually
Off
proven the
camera.
opposite point.
What's
You've
the
actually
opposite?
proven the opposite point.
What's the opposite point?
You've sat here and railed for 5 minutes on dog people, and I haven't said a word about
You
cats.
haven't said a word. Yeah, you've
haven't said a
stewed.
word.
You've stewed.
No, I haven't said a word.
Yeah,
Just sitting
I
here.
know.
Very quiet.
Very
calm.
quiet. You're enjoying it because, you know that your fellow dog lovers will be release the hounds.
Like, just
Release the hounds.
No, I'm just allowing you to prove the point that you were trying to make against yourself.
Yeah, well,
I
I don't hear anybody saying, all dogs should be killed and stuff like that. I hear people say that about cats all the time. I don't know of anybody saying
Oh,
that.
I've never said that.
I'm not saying you.
If I wasn't allergic to cats, I would be a cat and dog person, but I'm just allergic to them, and it's not worth the trouble. So.
Right.
That's why Wes is okay. He's a middle.
Yeah, I would be okay either way.
He's a middle grounder.
He's a middle grounder.
I
can appreciate
actually
that.
like the jerk attitude of cats quite a bit. Like where, like I had a friend whose cat would sit in a chair by the front door, and when anybody would walk through the front door, he would just punch you. Just like walk by and he'd just like bang bang, just punch you. And on the way out, he'd stand there like when people got up and put their jackets on to leave. That fucking cat would run over there and sit in the chair, and you walk by and he'd swipe at you.
Yeah.
You know who's actually fuming is the bear guy right now.
Of course.
Bear guys are the
He's
worst.
sitting here pissed.
Yeah.
Bear guy, how can a bear be a pet? You wouldn't see it, but a couple of months of the year they hibernate half the fucking year.
Well, yeah, you don't have to take care of them.
And how would you like to have that thing in your place, Beka? So he's sitting at the tasting bar with his bear. You let him bring in the grizzly, and that grizzly decides he's got to take a shit. It's just going to shit right on the floor.
You guys let animals come in? I'm like, yeah, of course we're pet friendly.
We're pet friendly.
Like, here comes my fucking bear, and the bear's like talking and like, I want to fucking eat everyone in here. I want to shred everyone to pieces, and I want berries.
Yeah, berries.
He wants whiskey.
Yeah,
it's a whiskey
Bo,
bear.
you asked the question. What's the answer from you?
What was the question? I forgot.
No, what animal would?
Oh, that's right.
Would you like to have that could talk and be, serve as a consultant for you?
I probably never would have said this, like out of the box, but the goat in my dream was
The goat in the dream was good, huh?
Yeah, so I think I'll stick with him.
Stick with the goat.
Yeah.
I don't like goats because their eyes look creepy to me. I would.
Oh yeah, they start yelling and their eyes go.
Right. Yeah. They do the screaming. Yeah.
I can't handle that.
The ones that like freeze up and fall over, they're pretty.
Those
funny.
are kind of funny.
No, yeah, the eyes freak me out. I just rather take a sheep.
Right.
And the little ones, like the miniature goats that are always doing like parkour stuff, those are pretty funny too.
Yeah, but the eyes, Bo, they're
The eyes are evil. They're just evil.
they are evil. They
Are you really going to trust the advice of a creature that jumps around and just falls dead? Like you think that they're giving you
Falls
solid
dead.
advice?
What about a lamb, Bo?
Lamb, that would be
We
all right.
sway you to a lamb.
Lambs seem
lamb
pretty
would be
easy
cool.
going. The goat would be like you'd be sitting at that bar and be just chewing on your shirt or something.
Yeah, the lamb would be like,
I hate it when they go. Remember when you're a kid, you go to the petting zoo and the goddamn goats are just attacking you and chewing on your fucking shirt and shit.
Milk.
a lamb.
You got your little ice cream cone filled with
A
seeds and
lamb would be okay.
knocking you down.
No, they're
lambs-
greasy as all get out.
They
A
stink.
lamb?
Yeah, lambs and sheep, they're sticky. You just touch their
they
wool and it's just,
lanolin, Jim. It is a healing substance.
well, it's
Yeah.
also very sticky and not
Like a skin
conducive.
would look
It's hard.
great.
It's hard to
Touching
get
anything.
off.
Skin
Yeah,
would
it's
be
hard to get off the
beautiful.
grill.
I'd be
too.
rubbing the lamb oil
Right.
all over my
Yeah.
face.
You know how young she'd look? Yeah.
They're hard to get off the grill too. They stick to the
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
Oh.
Language.
is eating our animals. Thanks, Wes.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. All right. On that note, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? We're going to start with Miss Beka Sue.
I have here this one. Make sure this is the other one. Nope. Here's the other one. I have some Iron City Distilling. This is Distiller's Reserve from Matt Strickland. This was straight wheat whiskey finished in PX sherry casks.
Okay.
Yeah,
Ooh.
All right. All right.
Is Iron City like
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Yes,
It's got to be
Pittsburgh.
right.
Okay.
Is
Yeah.
the Iron?
I was thinking that was Steel City, but I didn't know if they would
No. Well, same.
Iron
same.
switch it up.
Metal City.
Yeah, Metal City. All right. Pittsburgh is always surprising to me how nice it is. It's a beautiful city. It's
I had to apologize. I literally apologized to Peter and Matt and Austin today. I said, hey, gotta apologize to you guys for something you have no idea I did, but I thought that Pittsburgh was going to be disgusting and horrible,
Right.
and it actually is very nice.
You thought it was going to
that's
be like
Buffalo.
Cleveland, right?
I
Cleveland
was
or
thinking
Buffalo.
of Philadelphia.
Yeah,
Or
Orlando
Philadelphia.
sucks. Yeah.
Cleveland sucks.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. All right. Goeken looks ready to go. What do you got there?
I got the Raged Branch,
Raged Branch.
another double oaked weeded bourbon from the Barrel Shop.
Okay, no. Beka still has the lead. I'm not participating. I've got a JD10 here.
Oh.
Media sample. It's a screw top, so nothing doing in terms of a cork
Humble
pop.
brag there.
Humble brag, very few people get that, by the way. So,
Steve Akeley and Bears, the only two people that get that.
Exactly. All right, Wes, you're next.
I'll be doing the screw off as well. I've got a 90s Maker's Mark. Little known fact, Bill Samuels was a big dog guy.
I'm sure. I'm sure. All right. Bo, you're last but not least. Becca's got the lead here.
If we're talking about Jason Brauner, I always kind of look at him as a great single barrel picker. So I'm going to go with a single barrel pick that we did for Bourbon on the Banks in 2023. So Knob Creek.
Knob Creek. No, nothing going on there. Miss Beka Sue wins. So cheers to her.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. We'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about Brauner and this bid to get him in the Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Fame. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
Are you starting?
Yeah, of course. This will sound like good conversation for the show.
Jesus.
You're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Making a damn bumper.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about Jason Brauner.
Yes, we are. So, the reason why Brauner should go in is not anything that we're going to do. We're just reminding you of the reasons why he should be in there. I always say that it's not, I've had an assist in getting a couple people in the Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Fame, but the assist is from informational, from making sure that the people that need to go in are at the front of your mind, and you don't forget about their contributions. And that's what we're talking about today. So if Brauner would go in, it's on his own merit. It's because of him, not because of anybody talking about him. It's because of what he's done. So, but he's done some cool stuff, right, guys? Anybody want to throw out some things that they think Brauner has done to make him eligible to be in the Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Fame?
I don't have I'm not going to throw anything quantitative. I think that when I think of Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Fame, the person has to they have to love and live and breathe Kentucky bourbon and the state of Kentucky. Like it's not an optional thing, right?
Right.
Like you can't fake it. You're into it and you love it or not. And he loves Kentucky bourbon, loves the history, which I like. That's a big thing I like about Brauner. I think one of the things that I think makes him a little bit different, there are some people to be named that won't be named that are in the Kentucky Hall of Fame that I feel like kind of fell into bourbon throughout their career. He has lived Kentucky bourbon throughout his career, and there's a big difference in falling into it through one lane or another, and you just happen to stumble upon it because you were on some other project or something like that. He has lived and breathed and dedicated most, if not all, of his professional and recreational career into the history, into the industry. His restaurant is a very famous bourbon-themed restaurant. Now he's got Buzzard's Roost. He's got his own label, and he's producing product, and it's I think that's the biggest thing to me is the people that get that to get that accolade have to live and eat it and breathe it, and they have to live it, not just like I wrote an article and everybody loved it and it was a bestseller book or article and now I'm in the Bourbon Hall of Fame. Yay for me. Like he's what Kentucky bourbon is to me. He's a modern day Kentucky bourbon baron.
Right.
I think is the easiest way to say it.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true and well stated. And I think some of the people that have got in, whether they got in because they were chemists, they might as very well have ended up in a different industry.
Right.
They scored a job that they then made the most out of, certainly. But Brauner, he wanted to get into bourbon, and this is everything that he's done has been all about bourbon, and he continues to be that and educate people. And I just like the way he did things, the way Bourbon's Bistro. If you think about it, if you knew that, about 8:00 every night, he's there. Now, it's a little bit different that he's got Buzzard's Roost because he has to travel for that job. He's got 2 gigs now, and he's not always there. But back when I, started going to Bourbon's Bistro, every night he'd be there. He'd put his kids to bed, or as they got a little bit older, they might not be putting them to bed. But when they were younger, it was putting them to bed. When they got a little bit older, it's like, hey, Dad's got to go to work now. And he'd come in and be hanging out there and literally holding court and educating people and talking to bourbon fans and, high-fiving people and, getting great bourbon debates and stuff like that. To Wes's point, the guy lived, breathed bourbon. It's all about that for him, for sure.
Would you have the shop and be the single barrel king if he hadn't have started that?
Maybe not.
Would there be single barrels that people were choosing as opposed to there was a Blanton's, but would there be, Joe's liquor store? You
go back to single barrels, and maybe it's inevitable. Maybe no matter what, if there's never a Jason Brauner, maybe we get to that point. But you know what? Even if we could say that we get there with or without Jason Brauner, we got there faster because of him. Because in reality, when he got this thing going, they weren't doing barrel picks, and he was calling distilleries and saying, "Hey, I've got a bourbon bar. I sell a lot of your product, and I think I could move a whole barrel's worth if you would be willing to sell me one." And in some cases talking, distilleries like Four Roses. Can you imagine the first Four Roses barrel pick Brauner's doing? And he did that with Woodford. He did it with other ones too. He's a pioneer, and I think that goes along with it too. Wes says one thing, but there's also it's building blocks. You have to tick off several boxes, and one of them is being a pioneer. And Brauner did a lot of the pioneer type of things. First week he was in business back in 2005, he had a bourbon dinner with Julian Van Winkle. The Pappy guy as we know him today, but in reality, he's just a guy hustling. He wasn't where he was at today back in 2005. He's just a guy willing to come in and speak about the whiskey that he was procuring and selling, and at a bourbon dinner. Good luck booking Julian for anything like that now. I mean, there's a lot of people pulling at him in a lot of different directions. So, I think that. Yeah, Brauner definitely ticks off the pioneer and innovator in the bourbon industry, which is a big component of being in a Bourbon Hall of Fame.
I want to say, I think that one of the other aspects too is kind of to piggyback off of Wes, but to say, a lot of people in any industry, you have an opportunity, you automatically go for like what gives you the most return on investment or the most reward or whatever. I feel like with him, he started at the bottom and he did the grunt work and, everything he needed to do to build up. He has a brand now. He has a label out. He has a distillery. And it would have been easier for somebody to say, okay, I want to get into bourbon. I'm going to find somebody that has a lot of money and let's go build a distillery. Right. He put years of grunt work into it that got him where he is today.
Yeah. If you think, and again, 2005, things are very different now. Now, if you want to go learn the business, you can turn to YouTube. You can go to all kinds of events that are available, especially if you're lucky enough to be from Louisville, like Jason. There's stuff going on probably almost every night of the week where you can go and educate yourself and immerse yourself in bourbon. Jason didn't have that, but a bourbon historian, Mike Veach, taught a class at the university there, one of the universities there. And Brauner not only realized that this guy is a great conduit to the bourbon industry, he befriended Mike. And then Mike began coming there. And to Jason's credit, what Jason did is he started paying Veach to come in and write tasting notes for the bottles that he had on there. So that became a thing that Veach did. But again, that gets somebody who's from the bourbon industry in the place all the time. It's educating you as someone who's starting this business and stuff like that. And it brings in someone who ultimately is a Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Famer himself, Mike Veach, fully immersed into your business. And he talks about all the work that he did with Veach and getting that place going. And he's got a notebook filled with tasting notes that Mike Veach wrote as he's doing that at a time when no one else was doing that. I mean, you go back to 2005, who's writing tasting notes and stuff like that? Maybe Susan Rigler, and she, by the way, she was hanging out there from the beginning too. The first ever review that they ever had was from Susan when she was working for the Louisville Courier as their spirits writer. I mean, the guy's got all this stuff. And you look at who hangs out at Bourbon's Bistro. I can't begin to tell you the people that I've run into there. I mean, it's a who's who of the bourbon world. You never know who's going to be sitting at that bar, which is cool. Anything else?
For sure.
And by the way, and the pork chop should get you in the Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Fame. If nothing else, that pork chop gets you in. I mean, Jesus. Yep. It's the best. Yeah, really.
That is fantastic.
Really good stuff. That's the only place in the world where I recommend the pork chop. I mean, but that's the place. You got to get one there. Well, there you go. Please put Jason Brauner in the Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Fame. The guy deserves it. It would be a hell of a legacy for him, and I think he's at the stage in his life where you start looking at those type of things, and I think it would mean the world to him, and hopefully he makes it. That would be an incredible thing. They haven't really put in bourbon bar owners for being bourbon bar owners. They put in some groundbreaking people, first female bourbon bar owner, somebody who, deserves to be in the Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Fame. She had a hell of a fight being a bar owner at a time when it wasn't generally accepted. They put in a bartender, again, a female bartender that, again, groundbreaking stuff. Those are the type of people that deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, but Brauner deserves to be there too. A guy who's brought bourbon to the masses. You think about the thousands of people that he's inspired by just having a bar, place where they can go and drink the things that they hear about. I think that's pretty special. And that's, again, another contributor why Brauner needs to be in there. So there you go.
How many barrel picks has he done? Do you know?
I don't think he even knows, but certainly a lot. I know Four Roses, he's done 30 just of them, and can't even begin to know the other one. So yeah. Wow. And I think many of the places he's the number one in terms of total barrel picks. So he's done a lot of Knob Creek and Woodford and all kinds of stuff. So amazing, inspirational story. Let's hopefully cap this off with being in the Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Fame. And by the way, it should be a great party. If he's got a party associated with that, I want in. So I got to figure out how to get in on that thing. So yeah, that'd be awesome though. All right, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Goeken, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Facebook at Jim Goeken, and as of tonight, I have a new Instagram handle dedicated to Miss Beka Sue.
Okay, what do you got? Jimmy Big Hands is gone?
No, it's still Jimmy Big Hands, but it's one Z, no S's. I'm a complete copycat. She's not even listening.
No, she's disgusted by it. So, yeah. Okay, Wes. Let's talk about stewing with anger there. Becca's just furious. All right, Wes, go ahead.
Instagram bourbon_West.
Oh, I skipped you both there. Sorry about that. Go ahead, Bo.
I am on social media under My Journey Through the American Spirit and also under Bourbon Sasquatch.
Okay. Miss Beka Sue.
You can find me at Miss Beka Sue.
How many K's and how many C's? I can't remember.
What?
None.
Yeah. What do we got? I forget the numbers there.
Formerly known as Miss Beka Sue.
It's getting awkward for me. I'm an easy guy to find. That's Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Also, come by and see us, the ABV Barrel Shop. You never know who's going to be there hanging out, having fun. And, we had a tornado hit the area, and a little damage in the area, but thankfully, and again, it was a terrible situation. I know that there was deaths across the state of Missouri. Thankfully, no one in the Arnold area, which it did touch down there, and I'm glad everyone was safe. And we've got some problems at the shop, but we'll get those resolved, and specifically on our speakeasy side. So the shop itself looks great, amazing. Next door, though, a little bit issues there, but we'll get it fixed up. And we got to get our shopping center fixed up too. Got some issues there, but we'll get all that back up and running. And encourage you to come by and see us, support small business. It's important. So check us out online, abvbarrelshop.com. Miss Beka Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For our audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Adios.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you're in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.